So Alma is an incredible brand. I'd like to read you a little bit about them and about their background. And I just ask that if you have questions, you can feel free to put them in the chat. I'll be monitoring that. And if there's something, we'll leave the end for any Q&A, things that might come up, because it is an important, time for us to have a conversation. This is not just a training, but a real time for us to go in and learn about them. So I'm going to read you a little bit about Alma. Alma is a young and dynamic company, skilled in the manufacture of seats, tables, stools, and known for their surprising and innovative design. It was founded in 2007 in order to establish a company aiming at promoting the excellence of Italian design through quality, care, and innovative research. Alma Design was created from the strong desire to realize a wide range of products with considerable attention to detail. The valuable know-how, which we'll go into today with Signor Alessandra Marchina, she definitely has the know-how. The internal collaboration and emerging designers and architects use a very sophisticated style of how they put the purest design together. Now, they also incorporate three essential elements: high quality materials, functionality, and aesthetics. And I love this because as we're speaking in the conversations when Francesca and I were discussing about Alma, they talk about being embraced and it being feeling like you're in a chair and it hugs you and it dreams with you. And this is just a very different way of creating products. So they have a very particular eye for detail and a consideration for consumer needs. So it is a very young company. It's less than 20 years old, but in a short time has become a very high profile company, really thanks to the ingenuity of Signora Alessandra Marchina. She's the founder and CEO, and she has over 40 years experience from just her factory of her family before. So Francesca, do you mind if I just allow all of you to say hello and we can kind of talk about how Alma was created and Signora Alessandra's background?
Yeah, so lei vuole che tu gli racconti quindi questa prima domanda, come hai creato Alma e come è stata l'idea di Alma?
Certo. Allora, io sono sempre vissuta in una famiglia dove il padre alla fine della seconda guerra mondiale aveva iniziato un'attività di produzione di arredo lavorando i metalli. I primi anni della mia vita sono passati tutti in questo mondo di lavorazione dei metalli negli anni aveva creato un'azienda con grande successo che per la costruzione sempre di questi componenti. Però questo... Ah sì, scusa.
Do you want to translate?
Alessandra grew up in a family that right after World War II, her father started a company working with metals and the fabrication of metals and the furniture pieces. So she worked alongside of her family since she was a very young girl. She was his right-hand woman, producing this metal furniture. And so by working with her father for a long time, the family company became quite successful, especially after World War II when things were rebuilding. The company was specializing in just the metal components that were being created and also used in the furniture market.
Allora, questo però a me non piaceva, non mi soddisfava, perché io fin da piccola mi è sempre piaciuto disegnare, dipingere, usare sempre molti colori. Sì, scusa.
But that was not what she loved doing. She did it because it was her family, but ultimately she was a very visionary young girl that loved the artistic side. She would paint, she would draw, and that's really her expression of self. So she wanted to find a more creative path.
Il mio sogno era di produrre articoli belli, piacevoli, Per questo, quando abbiamo iniziato Alma Design, abbiamo pensato di creare prodotti unici nelle sue forme e nei suoi colori.
So really, even though she knew it was successful, she had to eventually declare her dream and do what made her happy. And this is really the evolution of where bringing Alma together, because her dream was, how can we have functional pieces, because that's really what the metal furniture was, but are still lovely, and that they still hearken the feeling of being designed and well designed.
Quando abbiamo iniziato Alma Design, è cominciata con l'aiuto delle due figlie, Francesca e Lorenza. E con loro abbiamo iniziato questa avventura creando prodotti, come dicevo prima, unici.
So really, also what was really important to her, she spoke of this dream to her daughter. She brought her two daughters in, Lorenza and Francesca. It was about these unique style products that also had these beautiful colors, and we'll go through some of those today.
Okay.
So far, this is what Sandra background regarding Alma, and so she tried to transfer her vision into this company, which is so much feminine and so much of quality, because it was Sandra's desire to offer something unique and of extreme quality.
Absolutely. And I really love that, because when you look at how Senora Alessandra put together the company, and I think this really speaks to not only you as an individual, Senora, but also the influence you had was, it was not just about the functionality, but the feminine influence of, this is family. This is our value system. We want it to be a lovely experience. And I know if anybody thinks about Italy, they think about the lovely, benvenuto, the piacevole d'Italia, the hospitalità. And so there's this beautiful softness that you can just, the second you walk into even the Alma company office, that it's family. And if you can see here, that's how she built the company, was off of the values that this is something that family, softness, taking care of people and thinking about them.
Exactly. Absolutely.
It's a beautiful way to grow what you guys have created. I mean, Alma is a remarkable line. And I love knowing that you had the background of functionality. And I would love to know, how did that help you moving into Alma after working in all of this space with metals and manufacturers? What was the foundations that helped you apply that towards Alma?
Ti ha portato però in Alma il tuo background, quando ti sei venuto, che cosa hai trasferito qua? Partendo da quel tuo background.
Sì, allora io ho trasferito sicuramente la conoscenza delle lavorazioni, le difficoltà la capacità di capire di usare un materiale invece che un altro.
Oh, absolutely. I can see that. So she said with her, decades worth of knowledge, when she went to create something, it wasn't just creating something to create something. She created it from the knowledge of what materials can also be functional, long lasting, and quality, because ultimately these pieces are quality. And how many of us have had architects or interior designers pick a chair that's just in their budget, but don't think about it lasting? And then ultimately, by having to replace that chair because it's not a quality chair, they're actually not staying in their budget. they're creating a whole new budget. So her background really allows her to have this feminine touch and influence of softness and design and color and the fabrics, with the functionality of knowing which materials will last. That's incredibly important and something to really know. What would you say that Alma does different than other manufacturers?
If you want, I can tell you this part so I can translate already.
Yeah, of course.
So really, I think that Alma, as on the, I can say, technical point of view, nothing different from other companies. But what I can say is that the way that we are managing Alma is maybe different because we are women, and so as all women take in all the things that do passion, and also I can say also a part of herself. So we are of course managing the Alma and all the process with a normal management way of doing. But what we do different is that we put our passion and our vision of the design. And also, as I say, Sandra, before, we are taking into Alma also the experience that Sandra made in her personal experience in manufacturing, and me in my background study in engineering matter. So what I try to put is also a combination of both capability in order skills to in order to reach the result of a product that can be functional but with a nice design. So this is what I think on this point of view.
And I know, Francesca, in us speaking, that you also talk about, there is the passion that just drives, that is, from your heart and the artistic vision, and that love for taking care of the customer.
Yeah,
so taking care of the customer is a very big vision for you. And that means creating a quality product that the customer loves and that will last time.
I think we believe that it's important the product, but is important at the same level also the service that you give to your customer. So we work really also on this point of view, and we try before that we receive question for the customer to give them information in order to have already the answer. So we try, of course. And that's what I think is part of the service that a company like us has to give to a customer in order to reach a satisfaction in the project that we manage together.
Beautiful. Now, we talked about this before, and if you are open to it, I would love to know how you approach design as being an all-female run company. And I know that, we've discussed how you're always seeking also where are the female designers you can work with, but in this current state with the designers you've worked with, how do you approach design?
So this is a part that I follow personally in the company because I'm involved in a product development process. So what happened? At first, we make a brief, an internal brief, in order to make a summary of the market needs, maybe also what we are missing in the catalog in order to answer and to give the best answer and service to our customer. We make a summary of all the needs that maybe we collect on the different markets where we are working. Then after that phase, we define a brief that we propose to the designers. So in the meantime, we make a designer research. We look to people, to persons, to studios that can feel near to our value and to our design vision. Mm-hmm. Then after that, of course, the steps that maybe you already know, after that we have selected the designers, we work with them or with him or her, and based on the brief, we receive from them some design proposal. And when we make this analysis of design proposal, we make on the top level, of course, the sensation that we receive from this design proposal. So if we receive a good sensation also on the design, on the shapes, because as you see in our catalog, the main direction of our production is made of, you can say, curvy shape, round forms of the product. So this because it reflects our soul, our feminine vision of the design. So when we have selected the project that we want to develop in production, then there is a feasibility analysis. So we analyze the materials, the production process, and all is needed to make the product. We make also cost feasibility, because of course we have to go in the market with a target price. So we make also a benchmark with our competitor. And then when you decide the project, you go in prototyping. So you make the first piece of each model that you want to launch. And then after that, the prototyping moment is a very important moment where you have the possibility to analyze also maybe some improvement that you can make in the product in order to have a best production process. And then we make the launch of the product with the marketing steps and the production preparation. That's the process.
Beautiful. And I wrote this quote down because it really resonated with me. If nothing else, if you just took this with you today, every product created by Alma has a soul that mirrors our thoughts. We aim at the search of an avant-garde material that can be respectful of its clients and the people of the planet. So basically incorporating both soul and the fundamental design integrity, just making sure that the product has also the fundamental elements of structure in place along with their soulful design. Now I love, we spoke briefly about this, and we're considering to do an open webinar at the end of the month, bringing in somebody who's actually researched this. But I asked Francesca, well, how has Italian furniture been influenced by women in the past? And there, for those of you who know, but there is always those who choose furniture that are mostly women for projects. But we are definitely wanting to bring in somebody who can really help pinpoint where in the history of design it has been changed. I would love to know how you choose your fabrics and your colors, because they are so whimsical and avant-garde and beautiful. And, where and how do you choose those?
So puoi rispondere tu quando scegliamo?
Ah sì, volentieri. Allora, quando noi scegliamo un colore o un tessuto, immaginiamo di usarlo su di noi, come un abito, di avvolgerci, di provare se ci piace, se ci sentiamo a nostro agio. E così scegliamo il tessuto per la poltrona o per il divano.
It's beautiful. Okay, so this is where I love Italy and I love Italian, because we would never say this in English, and yet I wish we would. So when they're choosing fabrics, it's something they wish they could be, they wrap themselves around it. They want to feel like it's being pampered. I mean, how many of you would love to sit in a seat thinking you're being pampered? That it must feel good, must wrap them like a hug. And then from there, they decide, is this good for a chair? Is this good for a couch? How can this fabric really be best applied? I love that. I want my chairs to hug me. I would love that. That's what I think the Scala chair does. I love that chair.
And of course, after this romantic view, there is also a more practical view that we have also to take care. When we choose, of course, we make also a technical analysis of the fabric. So we make a research in the market, looking to the best producer. We select the best producer in the manufacturing of fabric. We are choosing mainly European production, and I can say 90% Italian producer. And we take care to choose also good fabric for contract use. And we put also in the last catalog, we have chosen also some fabrics that can be used very well also with the residential market. We are also taking care, making a selection of fabrics, but also about other materials, taking care about what is called the product circulation. So we like to make also an analysis and a study in the selection of products that can be also environmental friendly, and that can be also produced with ecological process. So also our leather that we have selected in our catalog are coming from the best leather producer. And we are also looking forward for the next steps of the end of the year. Will be launched maybe in Salone del Mobile, some new fabrics and leathers also treated with the natural processes. So, of course, we want to give the products that give a good view, a good design, but also we are looking forward again to the functionality of the products.
Absolutely.
And about colors, we can say that, of course, Sandra said that the life is beautiful when there is the color in life. So we love colors in our lives, and that's why we put colors also in our collections. Mm-hmm. And of course, we make also a strict analysis about the tendency of the market, the trends of the market, and also about what is in the target of our vision and our philosophy.
Beautiful. What would you say that you would want designer buyers or the rep groups that are here, what do you want them to notice about Alma?
What do they have to know, you say?
What do they want to notice? Like, quando pensano dell'Alma?
Ah, ok. Ok. Allora, la vuoi leggere tu? La vuoi dire? No, okay, I make the translation directly. You have to understand that, of course, we have shared together the vision. So if I make in English, is the thoughts that Sandra has in the mind. Yeah. So about Alma, what do we think that when people come into our showroom, coming in the exhibition in our booth or open our catalog, we want that they feel a light breath of fresh air. This is what we want to transmit, a feeling of freedom, because we think, and we receive some comments like this from a lot of people when they meet us for the first time, because looking to our harmonious shapes of products, to the selection of fabrics, of colors, and the combination of maybe the pictures that we put in the catalog, a lot of people say that it seems to go near the seaside and have a very light breath there.
Beautiful. Yeah, I love that. The sense of...
We want that when someone think to our products, had in her mind or his mind at first. Then, of course, we point to quality, because we have a completely made in Italy production. We are taking care in our order preparation to make a strict quality check of every steps. So when we prepare an order, that could be a little order or a big order, we are making really a very strict quality process. And also in the choose of material, and of the process, we have decided to point to a medium-high level of quality of our production.
I love it. So I love the idea that when somebody thinks of Alma, they think of that freedom, that lightness, also that dreaminess, I think would be a beautiful word as we're talking through, and client focused and quality focused. It's a beautiful aspect.
I want to add also the last things that I think that when someone thinks to Alma, also on the sales point of view, you have to think, oh, I need something. I call Alma and ask them if they can solve this problem. Because of course we cannot solve every problem, but this is what the service that I already said, that we are at your disposal to understand your need and to guide in our catalog to find the answer for your need.
Absolutely. So I would love to know how, you know, in the essence of femininity, before we go into some of the design pieces, because I would love to show everybody about, you know, what were some of the original pieces of Alma. How is Alma unique as an all-female team? Like where does the feminine influence in the company?
Dice dov'è che è l'influenza femminile dell'azienda? Dov'è che si vede? Sì, si sente.
Beh, io credo che si veda molto bene nei nostri prodotti, perché sono prodotti molto di forme dolci, molto femminili, ma anche decise e di carattere.
Definitely in the design. These are elements that they want to bring forward, that there's a sweetness to the design, a likability. I also, you know, we have the operations and the management here that's feminine. So the consideration of their team, the consideration of the products. I think it's a beautiful time to see how well they organize. Would you be okay if I showed them one of the original Alma collection?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, Crystal.
Can I show them their first collection Alma created?
Yeah, you can share. Yeah.
Okay. So I asked, oops, hold on. I don't know if that's sharing correctly. Unfortunately, I couldn't get this into a PowerPoint. So I'm going to see if I can do this. So this was the first collection of Alma. This was the, can you guys see that? I'm not quite sure how to, so this
yes,
was
it's on there, Crystal.
Okay, perfect. The Estroza family.
Yeah.
So this was one of the first pieces.
Yeah,
I definitely see here the influence of Senora Alessandra's background with the manufacturing and the simplicity. And
this
so
collection started. If you want, Crystal, I add something to this collection. Do you want I make some comments about it?
Yeah, please. I would love to hear that.
I want to tell you that was our first collection, and you see that here we are speaking about mainly metal and aluminum components, because this is a collection made with tube bases, and the seat and back of the chairs and the seat of the stool are in aluminum, extruded aluminum. And here, I think that we started already with a product where we put a lot of our experience in metal manufacturing. So it's quite a technical product, but maybe now in the picture is not easy to show because are too little. But if you go on the website and you have a look into this collection, the seat and back are made with an extrusion of aluminum with a specific design that is an harmonic curve. So also here, when we designed this with the designers, we decided to make the design of the profile looking to an harmonic curve, a mathematical harmonic curve, because we starting with the harmony also here with this product. Okay. No, I don't hear you, Crystal. I don't hear.
Sorry, I said thank you for sharing, and I just wanted to scroll over to some of the products that we spoke of that have some of that feminine, dreamlike softness and some more curves, but definitely quality. What impressed me the first time we came to the showroom was just the touch and feel. I mean, when I felt the Julie chair or the Amy chair or the Marlene, it was no way would you ever second guess that it's not a quality chair. They're beautiful chairs.
In particular, the Marlene chair.
Yeah, the Marlene's beautiful.
The Marlene chair is just really, really incredible.
Yeah.
Oh, there she is. Absolutely. I really love that chair. And also, because I love how that can be indoor, outdoor, but really how it can just look, it's like the perfect black dress that can be dressed up or dressed down, right? So that type of chair can sit at a wooden table as a, high-end piece combined with rustic, or you can put it around an elegant wedding banquet and it looks just as regal. So it's a very, very unique chair in that regard.
Can I just insert in the all the sample chairs that we are sending to you in the next 5 weeks, the Marlene chair is in there.
Oh, it is.
It's
okay, great.
There, so you will see that. It's just an incredible piece of art.
Beautiful.
So Marlene, Julie, Amy, they are also tested product. So we have tested this product with the ANSI from a test. So that means that they are really strong, that can be used also for the contract market without any problem.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful. And then these were some of the other products that we talked about. These are more the indoor. I think, are you sitting in the Lips chair right now, or is that the one of you? I was looking like, oh, I love that chair. But these are beautiful chairs. Again, if you think about these chairs, hugging and really being an elegant addition, I would add that Scala is also one of my favorite. Vigo knows I'm always because I'm an opera lover. I think also it's definitely a product that shines. But I do love the way that you can see the sensibility of the product along with the femininity.
Yeah, these are different products, of course. Agate and Lips are in massive wood, completely upholstered. They have handcraft work, and white chair instead is in polyethylene shell with different legs. It's a big family of chairs where you can have the polyethylene chair or the upholstered one. And you can choose from a lot of different bases. Also the 5-star with wheels for office, home office, or also offices situation.
Beautiful. And then these are so fun too. I think you really take, again, the idea of being hugged by your furniture. Definitely the X-Big does that. That is one of my, besides the Scala, I love this chair because it makes you want to sit in it. It almost looks like it's welcoming somebody to sit in this chair. It's a beautiful chair. And the Joe as well. What I love about the Joe chair is, especially in America, we have these steakhouses or large club chairs, and they can be very bulky. We were at a restaurant, one of my friends' restaurants last year, and it was a steakhouse with these huge chairs, and they couldn't seat enough people. So this kind of can give that sense of being a very beautiful club chair, but having elegance, something that's refined to it.
And also Joe is one of the examples, is also a feminine chair, on the point of view that if you change the dress on Joe, you change the use of it. Because, as you know, women, it depends how they wear. If they are for jogging, if they are for a nice evening or for the theater, they change the view. And also Joe is, I put here the example. You have the first that you see in red is in polyethylene for outside use also. The back on the left, you see the hard leather version, so very luxury version. And the second one, the right, is upholstery on the seat and back, so can be used also for inside use. So you see, we try also to put in our catalog with one product these different options that you can choose.
I love it.
And it's available as a bar stool.
Yep, as well.
Absolutely.
This is my. Oh, you're giving us a preview. You snuck this in. I didn't see this yesterday. So we have a Scala couch coming.
Yeah, there is a lot of items that are coming in Scala. Scala, I think, is one of our last success. And I remember when we were selecting the design proposal, that Scala was one of the 10 projects that the designer proposed us. And they were not convinced about Scala, but our instinct say, yes, Scala is an Alma product. We believe in a Scala. So in 2019, last Salone del Mobile, we present the armchair, the single seat armchair, and the 3 tables height. And this year, we will launch the complete family of Scala. And here you have only a little preview where you have the chair with arms, and the two-seat sofa.
And so I can't tell with the small picture, but do the chairs with the arms, without arms, have the same tuck and roll as the lounge and couch?
Yes, you have the same upholstery work on the back. So of course, this is the I can say the sign that drive on the collection, the typical feature of Scala. But you will have a surprise with that, because we are introducing also other version of Scala.
Oh, I can't wait.
Also for outside use.
Oh, that'll be very interesting. I can't wait to hear more about that. And we're opening up to the rep groups, depending on some parameters. Like we spoke, we would love to find a way to bring them out for Salone. So hopefully we can all be clear of this crazy pandemic and be there this September.
Yeah, but maybe once we are ready with all the pieces of Scala collection, we can make a webinar where we can launch the collection.
I would love that. Yes. I also love the femininity in your tables. We just emailed the group about the Clint table this week. This is one of my favorite tables that I would love to have at my house, because it's like a piece of art. You know, this origami, you know, where you can have it in steel or you can have it white, and then you have the complexity of the wood and the steel together. I love that table. I love all the tables, but that one really spoke to me. But I would love to know how you implement the feminine side when you're working with tables.
At first, here we needed to introduce, for example, with Clint and Woodbridge, we wanted to introduce tables with a bigger dimension, in order also to answer to a request for the residential market. Because, you know, when you have a nice living room or dining room, you want to put a very nice table. So Woodbridge and Clint were born for this reason. And here on Clint, we wanted to create something with metal different. So we asked to our metal supplier to work this base like an origami, like you say, and so that's how we wanted to, I can say, push the production process. To go ahead to the possibility, I can say.
Yeah. There's a saying in English, you are thinking out of the box. Instead of it being a traditional table, you thought of it being, you know, let's do something different.
I think that when you have to create a new product, you have always to think out of the box.
Yeah.
Because you have to leave the creativity to really work without limits and without borders. And yeah. And Woodbridge was we were thinking to the Shanghai play. Yeah, Shanghai game. You know, when you have all the wooden sticks that you put on the table and
Oh, yes.
Yes, all together. So Woodbridge, was designed remembering the Shanghai game.
Okay.
And so this is a massive wood table. It's an ash wood table. And so the Woodbridge wanted to be at first a design base with this, I can say, remembers to the origami game, but also to be in the same time a very light design. So to use a very warm material like wood, but to give a very light design in the table.
Beautiful.
Another thing about Woodbridge is the fact that there is a very, very little use of screws, because it's all, an insert of elements without screws. So the base and the legs, are inserted because there is the hole for the leg already foreseen.
Oh, I don't think I realized there was no screws in the Woodbridge.
Exactly. See,
Wow.
very little use of screws. So this is also, from an environmental point of view, so the lack of metal and so on in some locations, some environments, in some spaces. This is also one element of interest. And
That is
also
beautiful. Lovely.
absolutely.
And finally, the bistro, to me, it reminds me of the hoop dresses, that women.
Bistro, yes, was designed with Marlene. So the design of the legs are inspiring also the Marlene curve.
Yeah.
And this is also a very feminine design, I can say.
Yeah, it's a very feminine design. It's very lovely. I would absolutely love to open it for questions. Thank you, ladies. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That was such a beautiful way to get to really know Alma. Does anybody have questions while we're here with these leading ladies? Questions about the product, questions about the brand? You can just unmute yourselves. Questions about how we're going to drink beautiful Franciacorta and hang out with these ladies, hopefully later this year.
Of course, another important thing is that when you come to visit Alma, you are in a nice place that is called Franciacorta, where there is a very good wine.
One of my favorites. So
Prosecco, which is not Prosecco.
it's not Prosecco and it is not champagne. It is Franciacorta. It is my favorite. Any questions at all from anybody?
Don't be shy. You can ask.
I know. Everybody's so quiet. Well, I do want to thank you. I do feel like does everybody here feel like this was a good, oh, here we go, Rachel. Can any of these tables that were being shown be used outdoors? So you mean the Bistro, Clint, or Woodbridge? I think there's other tables and then the Scala table. I'll let you answer that.
We want to answer?
You can answer.
Yeah. So, of course, in the slide that Crystal shown before, are not all the collection presented. There is a lot of tables that we have in the catalog. So we have many models that can be used outside, and also the metal-based models as we treat the metal with the epoxy polyester, the power coating system, they can be absolutely used outside. And the tops can be produced in different kind of materials, like resin top. We have resin tops, we have HPL, solid core tops, and also metal tops. So we have different solutions that can be also used outside.
And the Clint, oh, I'm sorry. Can the Clint be used outside specifically with the type of, it's hard to tell what type of base that is.
It's metal. It's a metal base, it's not an outdoor.
Can the
table.
Clint table be done with a finishing to be used outside for outdoor materials?
We can produce it in a painting version base, for example, and we can produce the tabletop like the one crystal that we already spoken on Palo Alto, that is in pine wood.
Okay.
The burn system. So in this case, we can propose also for outside.
Okay, let me pull up the Palo Alto as you're speaking. So the Palo Alto is another table that is similar to Woodbridge, is might be a better option that can be used outside.
This is yeah.
I also want to point out the if you haven't had a chance, you have, this is lovely. The pepper table is really fun. That can be used outside. The mojito, as well as the ice is really well. Can the chalk be outside?
Yes, chalk with the metal top or HPL top can be used outside.
Okay.
Bistro can be used outside, also bistro, because you have the metal frame painted, like I said before, and the HPL top. So we have, I think, a wide range of table that you can propose. Also, people, if we put on people the HPL top or the resin top, we can use outside. And in people table, we have the possibility to assemble also the polypropylene top, the same that we have in the ice table. So if you like this base and you want the polypropylene top, you can use the same top that you have in ice table, that is a 70 for 70 top, 70 by 70 top. You can assemble on the single base.
And the nice thing about the people too, if you wanted a larger community table, you can also take two of the people's bases and do a large top as well for outside. Did that answer your question, Rachel?
Oh, sorry, I didn't realize I was on mute again. Yes, it did. Thank you.
Okay, perfect. And then Kevin, are we getting individual brochures for the tables? So we can create a cheat sheet of the Scala or of the Alma tables. Would that be of interest, Kevin? Because we don't have individual brochures, but we could create one internally, so it just highlights all the tables. Absolutely, I'll make a note. Lisa asked, going back to Scala, I didn't hear the answer if the two new chairs have the roll details on the back.
Fabric.
Does the fabric, Lisa just wanted to confirm that the back of the 2021 chairs of Scala will have the rolled tucked back.
Yeah. Also the chairs and the chair with arms will have the back with the I can say wrinkle working with the same style. Perfect.
Are there any other cheat sheets that are Alma focused that anybody here would like? We can put together one on the different tables. Would you like anything on some of the products we saw here today? Any of the chairs or anything else? You can unmute yourselves too. I think because we're recording, it's muting everybody, but So Lisa, the answer is yes. Kevin will do the cheat sheet. Rachel, hopefully that answered. Are there any other questions? No. Okay, well, I absolutely love that we had this time together. Yes, okay, Tamara, you'd love it on the chairs too. Okay. Is there any, do you want me just to feature like indoor, outdoor chairs or all the chairs in general? Do you have a specific way you would like the chairs featured? We can do that.
We can let everybody have access to the webpage as well, of
Yeah.
course.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you want, we have in showroom some pieces of Marlene, like you remember the gold version.
Yes.
Gold version.
This was fun.
This is the way that we, do you see in this way?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is the way that we try to answer also to different requests that we receive from the market.
And it's made out of solid gold.
Yes.
Absolutely.
For sure.
In some cases, yes.
But I do love that the Marlene is also very easy to clean. I think especially in the times that we're in, many people are going to be thoughtful of having elegant chairs that have character, but that are also very easy to clean.
Yeah.
So it's just a very, very important fact to think about.
Maybe,
Transparent.
I don't know if
Translucent.
the new
Yeah.
red polycarbonate.
Yeah.
This is a cherry color.
It's beautiful. So fun.
Gorgeous.
You can definitely see, can everybody see how they're dreamlike?
Also the polycarbonate in gold color. That is these are the new colors that you have in the catalog now.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Beautiful.
Transparent. Yeah, the shade of cherry and the shade of.
We're getting a sneak peek of the Salone.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, we hope so. We hope so. Yesterday,
Yeah, we do too.
there was a show on the Salone del Mobile, so an interview, and they hope to do it. They look forward to, but it's still uncertain because of the COVID situation.
Yeah.
They love to, so they are pushing a lot in order to Salone happen. We hope so. But
So everybody circled the calendar for Salone in September.
Yeah,
Very good.
Lisa said
we will make Salone here in our show.
exactly.
Yeah. Perfect.
The Scala is quite a beautiful chair. Lisa Boyle, Lisa Summerall are both talking about how beautiful it is. It is a lounge chair. The original Scala it's a beautiful lounge chair. So it is not a small chair, but as we saw today, they are coming out with 2 other chairs to the collection, along with a couch. So it is just a little bit of a, to be considered more of an accent piece, a lounge chair. Oh, they're going to bring this. I love the Scala.
Oh yeah.
But you can see, I mean, there's the Marlene next to it. Francesca, puoi mettere un po' più avanti della Marlene, così, anche se vuoi. Perfetto.
Whoa.
There we
The
go.
camera.
We're getting the live view now. But there is the Scala. And the Signore in the Scala. Fantastic. But it is a very, very elegant chair, and it just does remind you, I mean, when you see it, you can't help but smile and be reflective of just that avant-garde elegance. It's just a gorgeous chair, and it's gorgeous in the velvet fabrics or the synthetic leathers or the leathers. Again, just something that's,
I mean, to me, the Scala is really a statement chair. It's a sculpture. Like many of the pieces they make, it's a sculpture where now that we have a 2-seater couch in the collection that we will have it this fall, it's such a beautiful chair for lobbies, hotel lobbies, waiting areas where you want to make a statement of the company you're approaching. It's right there. The Scala chair will do it.
absolutely. Absolutely.
Very
And
nice.
show you also the table that are combined with the lounge chair.
Yes.
See here?
There we go.
Yeah, these are the 3 heights table. metal frame with the MDF top with some of the colors that you can choose.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. Are
Okay.
there any other comments or questions for these beautiful women?
Are there any other adjectives we can use?
Amazing, smart, incredible.
In the meantime, I make a tour in the showroom.
Oh, and there's the Palo Alto table with the Marlene chair.
Yeah.
This is the special top that I said for outside use.
Okay.
Okay. This is a pine wood top
Okay.
with a special treatment for outdoor.
Okay.
All right.
In the meantime that I wait for your question, I make a tour.
Beautiful.
So here is Julie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and Amy.
Mm-hmm.
Then chi è che va a accendere la stanza lì che gli faccio vedere? Yeah, you see the white chair. Oh, tell me if you don't see.
No, we can see. So this is something that we brought up today with her. The wide chair, you can choose all the variety of legs. So it's a very complete collection: sled, office, wood, metal. So it really does offer versatility.
Yeah, and the X chair is the chair, single chair without the arms. That you see also here is a wide range of selection.
Perfect.
And Clint.
Oh, there's the Clint table.
See here with the blue version finishes. Tell me, Crystal, if I have to stop the tour.
Is everybody okay if we take a few more minutes for the tour? There's the Joe.
Joe with ice table. Yeah. And again, Julie.
Julie is great for a stackable outdoor chair.
Yeah.
I really love that. And that's the setup. I think some of you have seen this setup. So the setup is a table for those who, especially by the seaside, if they want to go have tables outside, but they don't have a place to stack them. It's really for a smaller location that can remove the tabletops, stack them inside, and just lock the cement bases. So it's
this is the mini version where you can see the movement you take out from the concrete base, and then you stack it like you see in the mini version.
Perfect.
That's good.
And there's the Chuck.
On the behind, you see Meg with Pepper.
The Meg chair is fun.
The Meg chair is very fun. That's another wonderful chair for outdoor lounge, pool, that with the Pepper.
Balcony sets.
Balcony
hotel sets. 2 of those chairs on the balcony, just really good.
Then here you see Marnie.
I love that chair too.
This is also, I can say, in all our products, you see some feminine touch, because also I try this product with the curvy line. You have the ash that is work with this curve on the arm. And the same working process is made on the table.
Beautiful.
Yeah, and you have Marlene with bistro table and the scoop bench on the back.
Perfect.
And here at the end, you see Woodbridge.
And that's the taller. Now Woodbridge can come in, it can come in 2 heights. There's Woodbridge only the bar height.
Yeah.
2 heights.
Here you see, some stool of our collection. You see the Joe stool, and then the stool of X chair, and then you see others. The Anuka, and on the near the wall you see a Stroza stool, and so I can show you also directly the chair Stroza. You see.
Yep.
And maybe you see better what I was trying to explain you about the working that we have on the seat and on the back.
Yeah, so you can really see it has that attention to
Extruded
detail.
aluminum.
Yeah. Okay, we have also made the tour.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Grazie mille, signore. It was wonderful to spend this time with you. I know you stayed late. Thank you. Thank you for you're getting all these beautiful chairs. Amazing, beautiful. Can't wait for one of these chairs to hug me. This is amazing. Bellissimo. Grazie, grazie. Thank you. Thank you. So thank
Prego.
you. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
very
Mwah.
much.
Grazie mille. Have a beautiful night. Ciao, ciao.
Bye-bye.
Thank
Bye.
you. Thank you
Thank
to
you.
everybody and
Thanks,
good work.
thanks for joining us.
Yeah.
Thank
Have a nice
you.
day.
Ciao.
Ciao.
Ciao.